Lazarus was a poor man who pretty much he ate from the crumbs of his of the rich man at the rich man's table. And the rich man knew he was there. The rich man had food. He dressed in purple, and purple was a big thing back then. Expensive linen and all that. And he knew Lazarus was eating from his crumbs. Lazarus was so bummy that the dogs would come and lick his sores. But nonetheless, when Lazarus died, he went into the bosom of Abraham, and the rich man went into hell. And then the rich man looked up and saw Lazarus in the bosom of Abraham, meaning in heaven, and he said, Lazarus, he basically asked Lazarus to put a drop of water on the tip of his finger and touch his tongue so that he may be relieved from the torment. But a drop of water was not going to, it says that everybody will be salted with fire, so a drop of water is not going to help him. But nonetheless, he was in torment, and of course, he said, no. I'm saying that to say that hell is very real. And Lazarus died. The reason why Lazarus went to heaven wasn't because he was poor. He went to heaven because he was prepared to die. And that's my issue. You have a lot of prosperity preachers who want money. They want big houses. They want pretty wives. They want you to live your best life now. They want you to pay to pray. They want all of these lavish things, all of this stuff. But, I've said it before, how it's hard for a rich man to go to the eye of a needle. It's hard for a rich man to make it in heaven. It's not that a rich man can't make it in heaven, because Solomon was the richest man ever. So says the scriptures. But the problem with Joel Osteen is he does not prepare you for your best life after this one. You will die. None of us are exempt. We will perish if we are not ready for that transformation. We will. You will, and I've had dreams of hell, and if any of you write me and ask me what I saw in hell, I will do a video on it. But I've had several dreams of hell, and you know why? Because God was warning me in some cases. In other cases, he just wanted me to see. He was like, let me show you something. I've had dreams of heaven too. So I'm about to end this, but you could live your best life now. I'm not telling you not to. God wished that above all things that you prosper. Preachers are taking our word prosper out of content. Because when God says prosper, it doesn't always mean financially. He means spiritually. God said that spiritual content is great gain. Meaning if you're content where you are, which nobody should ever be content where they are in the Lord Christ, because there's always something more to do in God. That's the beauty of Christ. It's like when you set your goals, you can't set a goal in Christ. It's like you have to keep going. There's always more. Especially if you really want to challenge God, he'll send you to a foreign country and, tell you to go into slavery just to preach the gospel to the people who barely speak English. Don't test God like that. See, that's the problem. A lot of these preachers are not living that life. They're living a lavish, comfortable life. They go home to a nice house and all this, but they're not on the streets getting it in. They want to smile in front of thousands of people. Man, I'm trying to tell you, when did Jesus do that?